So a beach, the way that we are projecting at the moment,
Let's
and
take
this
Miami
is,
Beach.
yeah,
And
this is,
and you may not be saying Miami Beach as one of the beaches, but let's just take Miami Beach. I know Miami Beach, right?
yeah, that's sure. And we typically like to speak in generalities. So we'll say, in 3 to 5 years, they expect a nourished beach to wash out.
What does that mean? What does washout mean?
So if you go and you put in a certain amount of sand up to a point, they expect that sand has a life expectancy of X. And it's really interesting because the Army Corps typically projects for 10 years, but yet we know 62% of those coastlines wash out in 3 to 5. 26% wash out in 1. So
Okay.
so that massive number that I said, 737, is when you
737
start,
million.
yeah, when you start realizing that 62% of that money and environmental capital is going to just wash out during the current thing that we're doing,
Got it.
it becomes a crisis. That's really bad. And just to put it in probably, I would say, easy to digest numbers, Miami Beach specifically put down in 2017, they put $11.5 million on just under a mile of beach, excuse me. And by I guess it was about 8 months later, we had Hurricane Irma, and they lost a projected 80% of that.
Wow.
$11.5 million.
Wow.
And so the sand did its job, but they lost it
But
all.
it was gone. It was gone in a blink. Like in terms of like how long you thought that was going to last, a hurricane wiped it out. And we know, based on the last couple of years, this is going to be the deal.
Yeah, so that's your 26% number. That happened to be one time when it went out. Then, in order to get it back, obviously, the state only has, by the way, a $50 million beach nourishment budget. We have to make up from the counties, and we have to make up from federal in order to do this. But they then had to apply for money again, and then took them 3 years to put it back on the beach. And at this time, it cost them $16.5 million.